Okay, this is another fun little project. So this week, or this lesson is all about if statements. And okay, I've jotted down some notes during the assignment. So what we have here, we're going to have a red, yellow, and green LED. And I made them 16, 17, and 18 GPIO pins. So we're also going to have a potentiometer here on GPIO 28, and that's going to go to the center pin of the potentiometer. And so when it's fully left, that's going to map to 0. Actually reverse that. So okay, that's going to be backwards in my case, but yeah, I'll go ahead and keep trucking here. So fully left maps to 0, fully right maps to 100. And yeah, I did get that backwards for sure. So what we have to do is map 96 to 65, 535. That's the range that we pick up through the potentiometer. And we need to map that from 0 to 100 instead. There's the math I did. This final equation right here actually goes into the program, which we'll see here in a second. And yeah, the idea is if your number is 0 to 79, then we display green. And I said this was a temperature. I don't think he specifically stated that, but I called it a temperature. 0 to 79 degrees is green, 80 to 94 is yellow, and 95 to 100 is a red condition. So, yeah, let's take a look at the code real quick. So, we're importing machine, we're in library, specifically pen and ADC methods. And then from time, we're importing sleep because we're going to need to put a little pause there to make this readable. We define our pens here. We set speed to 1. I'll make that a little faster. Okay. And then we defined our object for the analog to digital converter as myPot, set to pot pen, which we set up here at 28. And then we have our red, yellow, and green that we set all of those to outputs. And while true, so this is going to be an infinite loop. We read the pot from myPot. And then this is that calculation I showed y'all from the paper. This is this calculation right here represented in the code. And then what else we got here? Okay, so we have 3 if statements. And I went with if temp is less than 80 because I noticed there was a condition as given in the assignment from 79 to 80. We were missing a whole degree there that wouldn't do anything. So, and that might be the warning you needed to know that it was about to go red, right? You want it to be yellow and there's no light on. So instead of making it 0 to 79, I made green less than 80. So it would be 0 to 79.9999 infinitum. So yeah, if temp is less than 80, then we're going to make it green. And we're also going to print status green to the terminal. And then if temp is greater than or equal to 80 and temp is less than or equal to 94, we're going to print a yellow, we're going to write a yellow, and then we're going to put status yellow in the terminal. And then finally, if temp is greater than or equal to 95, then red value is 1 and the other two are 0, and we're going to print status red. We're going to sleep between each one of these reads, and that's just so we can read our terminal. And yeah, let's give this a go. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see, potentiometer is fully clockwise. I just hit go. Okay, so fully clockwise should map to 0, but in my case, it maps to 100. I could just flip this. All it takes to flip to the easiest fix would be to pull the potentiometer out and turn it around. I think that would probably do it. So anyway, as we turn, you'll see that temperature rise. I'm going counterclockwise, and you should see the temperature rise and all the way up until we should stay green all the way up until the time that we get to 80. So I'm going to try and approach 80 really slowly. We're getting close. We're getting close, and you should see it. Bah, we went yellow. There we go. We're right on that borderline there between green and yellow. Okay, and then we have 15 degrees until we get to red status. We're almost there. Boom. Okay, there's our borderline right there for red, and you can see it on the terminal too. So, yeah, and I don't have much play left once I get to red. I have very little left. So, yeah, works good. Learned in this one, I mean, I've been using if statements forever in different languages and whatnot. So that was not new to me. And plus I took the Python class not too long ago. So the code, which I'm glad I did, because the code part I'm finding to be fairly easy. But this is a fun one because you have a lot of components on the breadboard and you really have to think about how you're going to route it. So like I have the 3.3 volts is on this side of the board. So I tied into this rail here and then brought the voltage in right there. And then I already had a ground set up over here for all of my current limiting resistors to tie into. I wanted my resistors back away, kind of out of the way. So I used the ground line right here, and then I also tied the potentiometer in there. So yeah, very fun little project. Thanks for watching.